Good morning students, welcome. Last session we have discussed how the idea of nationalism emerged among Indians and it has its connection with anti-colonial movement. Then we have discussed about the First World War and its impact on India. And then we have discussed Gandhiji's entry in India in the year 1915 and a gift brought by him, the idea of Satyagraha. Satyagraha in the sense Satya, truth, Graha, standing firm on truth. Gandhiji believed that there is no need to use violence if you are fighting for the truth. So that is what Satyagraha, idea of Satyagraha. And then this Satyagraha experiments he has done at 3 places in India in the year 1917 and 1918. One is in Champaran, Bihar, and then Kheda, Gujarat, and then Ahmedabad, Gujarat. All these 3 places this Satyagraha was successful. Then comes the year 1919, a very important year in the history of India. And this reason because in this year Rowlatt Act was passed by the Britishers. Rowlatt Act in the year 1919. So what is this Rowlatt Act? And who passed this act? This Rowlatt Act was passed by Imperial Legislative Council. That means the British government. The British government has passed this Rowlatt Act. Though Indian members have opposed it, Indians doesn't like this act, they have opposed it. Even then, this Rowlatt Act has been passed. Then in what way this act is not suitable for the Indians and why the Britishers wanted to implement it? The reason is this act has given the government enormous powers, means huge power has been given to the government to repress political activities. Already Gandhiji's satyagrahas are becoming successful. 3 places they are successful. The people who are politically, people of India are becoming active, and Britishers found that it is dangerous for them. So in order to curb these political activities, they have brought this Rowlatt Act. And what can they do as per this act? This act has allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. Try to understand this word. Detention of political prisoners. Detention in the sense keeping in jail, arresting and keeping in jail. And this word you see, not the criminals. Here these are the political prisoners, in the sense the people who are politically active. Without trial. Next word, trial. Trial in the sense, suppose normal in regular life, suppose if a person is been arrested, he has to be presented in front of the magistrate or judge within 24 hours by the police. Then the trial starts, means that the judge will send him to remand, and then court proceedings will go on. Lawyer will come, one lawyer against the victim and one lawyer in favor of victim. Then arguments will go on, and then finally judge will decide whether he is guilty or not. If he is guilty, he will go to jail, otherwise he will be released. So this process is known as trial. So here no trial, nothing. Suppose the government or the police officer found that one person is politically active, he can, no need of any kind of charge sheet or trial. Simply he will go to him and he will arrest him, he will keep in jail for 2 years. Is it not unjust? So that's what Indian leaders for 2 years. So what is this Rowlatt Act? Just these 2 points are very important. What is that? It has given enormous powers to the government. For what? To repress political activities. In what way? So it allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. And people started calling it as Black Act also, because it is very unjust. They can't simply arrest any person whomever they feel like. So and Gandhiji wanted to start a non-violent way, because he believed in non-violence. So he wanted to start non-violent civil disobedience against such unjust laws, and we call it as Rowlatt Satyagraha. What do we call it as? We call it as Rowlatt Satyagraha. Clear? So 3 places he got success. So emboldened with this success, Gandhiji in 1919 decided to start this nationwide Satyagraha. And in order to start the Satyagraha, he has given a call that they'll go for Hartal. Hartal in the sense strike. on 6th April. He called all the people to start a hartal on 6th April, and that to which type of hartal? Non-violent way. The hartal is a non-violent way, and people to after listening to Gandhiji's call for satyagraha, peaceful protest, non-violent protest has taken place in various cities. So what happened? Rallies were organized. Workers went on strike in railway workshops. Shops were closed down. All these are non-violent way. People stopped working. So following by this upsurge, British government didn't accept that people in large number will participate in this. So they were alarmed. They have become alert now. They thought that if this one goes on, then their communication and telegraph will be disrupted. Then the British government decided to put this down. So what they have done in order to put this down, they started arresting the local leaders. So here the names are not given. Dr. Satyapal is been arrested as per this. So they started arresting the local leaders, and even Mahatma Gandhi was also barred from entry into Delhi because he called for a hartal on 6th April. No, he has to come to Delhi for that hartal. Even Gandhiji was also stopped from entry into Delhi. Then on 10th April, 6th April actually hartal started. 6th to 10th April, 4 days there were non-violent protest going on all over. Non-violent way of protest going on. But on 10th April, the police in Amritsar fired upon a peaceful procession. Here people have lost their cool. Till now they were doing peacefully. When they fired on the peaceful procession, they were provoking it led to widespread attack, in the sense violence. Many banks, post office and railway stations were attacked by the people. So here what happened on 10th April, because police invoked the people, they have revolted, and finally attacks on banks, post office and railway stations took place, in the sense violence. So Britishers have got a chance now. So what they have done, they imposed martial law. What is this martial law? You might have observed now, Janata curfew, did you heard about? Even now present our situation is that no, this curfew is, we are doing it to curb the pandemic situation. Whereas here martial law in the sense is something like curfew, where people cannot gather. Okay, a group of people cannot gather together and no discussion should go on. So martial law imposed in Amritsar, and General Dyer was given the command over that. Has taken over the command to impose the martial law, which led to the infamous Jallianwala Bagh attack. We are calling it as infamous because lot many people have died in this. So it is very infamous. That's why we call it as infamous. And when did it happen? On 13th April. 6th April, Gandhiji has given for call for hartal. Till 10th April it was going on peacefully. 10th April, violence spread out, leading to martial law. And due to that martial law, 13th April, an incident happened. An infamous incident happened. We call it as Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Here the word massacre is used. Reason, mass, large number. People in large number were killed. And here what is this Jallianwala Bagh massacre? Jallianwala Bagh was a place in Amritsar. Is a park like Jallian Bagh in the sense park, no? Jallianwala Bagh was a park in Amritsar. So here what happened, many people, and this is the time of Baisakhi fair also. Baisakhi fair, their harvesting festival. Fair in the sense Mela. Okay. Jatara in Telugu we say, Mela in Hindi we say fair. So Baisakhi fair in Amritsar. So nearby village people have come to Amritsar to attend this Baisakhi fair, and these village people doesn't know anything relating to this Rolak Act or the martial law. The people they do not know anything about it. They have gathered in Jallianwala Bagh. They have come to Amritsar to attend Baisakhi fair, and they have gathered in the park to sit and relax for some time. This is one side. Whereas some have come. Whereas some people were already in Jallianwala Bagh protesting against the new repressive measures. Few people were there who were discussing about the Rolak Act and the repressive measures of the government. Whereas many people have come to attend the Baisakhi fair who do not know anything relating to The Jallianwala Bagh, something like it's a big open ground which has only one door for entry and exit. Only one door for entry and exit. So it's something like this. Whereas the General Dyer, all the people have gathered in this Jallianwala Bagh Park, and one side few people were sitting, and they were discussing about the repressive measures of the government, whereas many people have gathered there who has come for attending the Paisakhi fair, and they have come into park to relax for some time. And there was a well also, a small well in this park. So at this moment, when this situation was going on, at this moment General Dyer entered into this area. General Dyer has entered from this entry door, making the whole area to be blocked. Then without giving any warning, any instructions to the people who have gathered here, before the police has to open fire, they need to give some instructions or warning. If you won't do this, we'll fire, or if you move away, some instructions to be given. Nothing has given. And all these people who have gathered here just watching at them what's going on, because they don't know what happened. Then suddenly he has given order to his troops to fire, and as you can see, there is no way to move. There is no way to go away from this, because only one entry and an exit has been blocked by General Dyer. So many people have been died, many women, children, old people have died, and many people jumped into this well to safeguard themselves, but many people jumped together, leading to the death, leading to many deaths. Hundreds of people are being killed in this Jallianwala Bagh. That's what it is referred to as infamous incident, and it is also called as massacre, killing people in large number. So many villagers were unaware of this martial law. They do not know anything relating to martial law and what is going on there. Dyer entered the area, blocked the exit point, and opened fire on the crowd, killing hundreds. Later on, when he is being questioned, then he said that he wanted to create a feeling of terror and awe in the minds of the Satyagrahis. He said that he wanted to produce a moral effect and create in the minds of Satyagrahis a feeling of terror and awe. In order to create a fear, he has killed many innocent people. Later on, inquiry has been kept on him, and he has been taken out. He has been, his position has been gone. He has been suspended from his post. Even then, it was very infamous incident which led to further more violence in India. As the news of this, and one of the important questions from this lesson is also, what happened after Jallianwala Bagh incident, or what is the impact of Jallianwala incident on the people? So now this paragraph is it. So as the news of Jallianwala Bagh spread, crowds took to the streets in many North Indian towns. There were strikes, clashes. That Gandhiji's call for non-violence has gone. Now all the people were so angry that there were many strikes, clashes with the police, attacks on government buildings. A lot of violence spread in India. So at this, and when people have become violent, the government has become more brutal now. So the government responded with brutal repression. They started humiliating the people. They started terrorizing the people. Satyagrahis were forced to rub their nose on the ground. They have made to crawl on the streets. They were forced to do salam to the sahibs, salam salute to the sahibs, in the sense police or the higher authorities. People were flogged in the sense they were beaten up with a whip. And villages around Gujranwala in Punjab, now it's in Pakistan, were bombed. So seeing violence spread, so a lot of violence has been spread all over India, especially in northern India. So once this violence is spread, Mahatma Gandhi called off this Rolad Satyagraha. As Mahatma Gandhi's ideology was non-violence. He wanted to protest against the Britishers using the non-violent way. Once the violence is spread, he stopped it. It does not mean that Gandhiji was not. He was very much angry on what the Britishers have done, but he felt that using violence is not the way to is not the solution to the problem. Then finally he called up the Rollat Satyagraha, and then he thought that people are not ready for non-violent way of protest. They need more training in the non-violent way of protest. So this is the incident of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. You can have a look at the picture here. General Dyer's crawling orders being administered by British soldiers. You can see Indian activist, Indian protester is been made to crawl on the ground, and these two police officers are observing him. It is in Amritsar. Let us recapitulate the sequence of incident happened in the year 1919. March 1919, Rollat Act was passed by the Imperial Legislative Council. Even the Indian members opposed to it. Whereas and this act is known as Black Act also. As per this act, the government has got enormous powers, and they can arrest any political prisoner, and he can be kept in jail without trial for 2 years. Then Gandhiji, in order to oppose this, he planned to start Rollat Satyagraha on 6th April. Okay, 6th April, he has given a call for Hartal. And non-violent, just have a look at non-violent protest, as Gandhiji believed in non-violence, and Satyagraha in the sense without aggressive, without violence, we can achieve whatever we desire. So non-violent protest took in many cities of India. Rallies were organized, workshops were closed, shops were closed. Then alarmed by this, the British government has become alert by this. They wanted to keep this down. So what they have done, they arrested local leaders, and they stopped Gandhiji's entry into Delhi also. Whereas on 10th April, next incident is on 10th April, police attacked the peaceful procession, leading to violence. The protesters have become violent. They attacked banks, post offices, railway stations, leading to violence. So this opportunity the British has taken, and they imposed martial law. Martial law in the sense, people should not gather in groups or unions. People should not, 4 to 5 members also should not stand together and discuss anything. So it was the martial law. We can call it as curfew in our general terminology, and General Dyer is being given command over it. He has been made in charge of this martial law. And then on 13th April, look at the sequence of events. 6th April, Gandhiji has given call for Hartal. Then 10th April, violence. Till 10th April, it was non-violent protest. 10th April, violence spread. Then the British government imposed martial law. Then on 13th April, the infamous incident of Jallianwala Bagh massacre took place. So where the people, the surrounding village people have come to Amritsar to attend the Baisakhi fair. They do not know anything relating to this martial law. They do not know anything relating to this Rollat Act. They have come to attend the Baisakhi fair, and they all have gathered in Jallianwala Bagh is a park. Bagh in the sense park. So these people have gathered in the park. Whereas in the same park, few people gathered to protest, to discuss about the repressive measures of the government. Whereas majority of the people doesn't know, nearby village people doesn't know anything to it. So at this time, General Dyer has entered into the scene. He blocked the only one entry and exit, and then he has given order to his troops to fire on the innocent people. So thousands of people have died, led to much more violence in the northern part of India, and brutal repression by the Britishers on the other side, leading to a lot of violence. Then finally Gandhiji has called off this Rollat Satyagraha, and then he thought that Indians were need more training in non-violent way of protest. So this is about the year 1919, and the incidents took place in this year, Rollat Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacre.
Kheda and Ahmedabad gave a boost to the morale of the oppressed Indians. Threatened by the growth of Satyagraha, the British decided to exert more control over public activities. As a result, they proposed the Rollat Act in 1919, named after its chairman, Sir Sidney Rowlatt. The Rowlatt Act was aimed to curb the political activities in the country. It equipped the courts with the power to detain political prisoners without trial for 2 years. Mahatma Gandhi opposed the Rowlatt Act by starting a peaceful satyagraha. He suggested a civil disobedience beginning with a hartal on 6th April 1919. It was followed by rallies, strikes by railway workers, and closing down of shops. To sum it up, the day-to-day work across the country was brought to a grinding halt. The British were threatened that this mass movement could break all lines of communications in the country, and so they decided to suppress the nationalists. As a result, several local leaders were arrested and Mahatma Gandhi was prohibited from entering Delhi. In Amritsar, police opened fire on a peaceful procession. Angered by this brutal action, people attacked banks, post offices, and railway stations. Consequently, martial law was imposed in Amritsar under the command of General Dyer. The event that took place on 13th April 1919 is always remembered for the most heinous aggression of the British. Unaware of the martial law, several villagers had gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar to attend a cattle fair on the occasion of Baisakhi. To crush the multitudes of people and create terror, General Dyer came to the ground with 50 armed soldiers. He blocked all the entry points to the ground and without any prior warning, opened fire on the hapless crowd. The firing stopped only when the ammunition ended, leaving hundreds of people, including women and children, dead and wounded. The Jallianwala Bagh massacre triggered many protests, strikes, and clashes